What's up, y'all? Welcome to Just Geeking Out. We're talking geek. We are back. I know it's been crazy the last couple months, man, but back. Chris should be jumping on in like 10 minutes or so, but I wanted to get the ball rolling. Um, it's been a kind of a crazy week when it comes to geek news, man. I'll try to like stall as much as I can until he gets here, but geez, Louise, man. But first off, let me show you some of my pickups this week or even last week since the last time I saw you. Hope y'all having a great geeky time. So I picked up this guy right here. This came out the Batman and Robin Jason Todd joint. I have the Dick Grayson one, and it's pretty cool. I prefer the style of what's the name? Robin and Batman, year one, I believe. Oh, this is Robin and Batman. Excuse me, Batman and Robin, year one. I prefer that storytelling style. In the Dick Grayson one, Batman was kind of a jerk, and he's kind of depicted as a jerk at times when he's training Robins, especially when it's a flashback. But but I don't think he's a jerk. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he would have empathy whether he is ready to experience it or not in regards to these kids who went through what he went through. But I'm curious to see how different they write Jason versus Dick Grayson, since they share the same world. So I picked that up. I also picked up this bad boy, which is pretty cool. It's that Superman, the art of making the film book. I saw James Gunn posted about it, and then I went to Barnes and Noble and picked it up. And I mean, I'm always excited about like when filmmakers, there's so much history here, and choosing which parts of it you want to use to tell your story on screen, I think is really cool. Um, and then even the choice to go Kingdom Come, like why? And I don't know how deeply he'll explain it, but I am very curious, and I did love the film. So so for me, it's going to be pretty cool to check out, open up this book when I have the time, because who has the time? You got to make the time. I also picked up, so last time I was here, and I have an unboxing of both these figures, you would have seen me with my Hot Toys David Corn Sweat Superman figure. This figure is amazing. Amazing. The detail and the boots, they're like rubbery, so you can really articulate them and it doesn't hinder anything. And the quality of the suit is so good, like it doesn't feel like it's going to tear or thread or anything. So I had this, and then I figured, well, he's kind of lonely on the desk, and me being a Superman fan and all, it was fitting to grab this bad boy, the InArt Henry Cavill Batman v Superman figure. This is pretty beautiful, and it's really cool having these guys both on a shelf uh, next to each other. It's pretty dope, man. Pretty dope. The InArt, I believe, has the way more superior Henry Cavill figure. That's why I went with InArt. But honestly, they look like they're from the same world. Um, awesome figure. Definitely feels dated as far as how fragile it feels. If InArt is anything like Hot Toys, this David Cornsweat figure feels just much more durable. This one does feel more fragile. Um, Either way, these aren't figures you play with. So very happy to have picked that bad boy up, man. I really am. So let me share my screen because we got some cool things that came up. We got some cool things that came up, and I understand like we may not get anybody on here today, and that's pretty cool. It's cool. We've been on hiatus, and our schedule has been so spotty, but we are definitely back. Hold on, let me see. Share my screen because I want to show you guys some images, man. want to show you guys some images. So, just this today, who we got? Somebody's in the house. Hunter, Iggy, what's going on? Chris will be here soon, but I'm about to talk about that 6-second Supergirl teaser, man. I dig it. I dig it a lot. There's a lot that's being said in that very little footage. Already seeing Kara sitting there, unbothered. Her whole demeanor and feel is completely different than her cousin. So already, like, the lead of this film almost seems to have a complete opposite disposition than the lead of Superman. So already that's cool. And it seems as though she must be on a planet without her powers. Looks like she's wearing, I don't know if those are just cool sunglasses or goggles to protect her eyes because, the dust comes up. So she might be off planet here. Who freaking knows? But I am geeked. We're going to get a Supergirl trailer probably this week. That is so freaking dope. And I'm very excited for this film. I'm very excited that Superman has what I've wanted him to have for so long, like his own universe. You're right, because there's as soon as Marvel started doing their thing and doing it wonderfully, everything has been about a shared universe, which is great. But it's like these heroes have their own universes within each other. So I'm happy that before we're getting Superman and Batman together in a movie again, we're getting Superman and Supergirl, right? Maybe John Henry Irons will pop in there. Maybe like their world is so vast with their own supporting characters. It's nice to see them before we jump to the bigger team ups, right? Like if we get it when we get our Batman thing rolling, I want to see Nightwing, I want to see Robin, I want to see Batgirl before we get to like the big stuff because they have their own worlds within the same world. So I'm really excited for Supergirl, man. I'm really, really excited for that. We also got the trailer to The Boys that dropped. How are you guys excited for that? Let me know in the comments. I'm very excited because it's ending, and I'm not excited because it's ending because I really love the show, but this finale is going to be crazy, right? Like it's no more Homelander letting them go or Butcher and Homelander having some type of agreement. Like it's going to hit the fan, and this thing is going to end probably terribly. I have a hard time believing Homelander and Butcher make it out of this alive. Homelander kind of needs to die, but also he could survive as a point that evil doesn't die just because we wanted to. But I really feel like Butcher's not going to make it. I feel like it's almost impossible for Butcher to make it. Um, so that's pretty exciting. And we got we have a reunion of it's escaping me, Supernatural reunion. We got Jensen Ackles and oh my god, the guy that played his brother, Sam and Dean. We're having a little Sam and Dean reunion, which is pretty freaking fun. And I wonder what character he's gonna. Oh, look who's here!
What up? What up? Sorry about that.
He's here. What is going on? I'm just talking about that Supergirl teaser. I just finished talking about that.
Yep.
Is very interesting. Already in the first few seconds of seeing her, she feels completely different than Superman. It's completely different than her cousin.
I love her as an actress. I think an amazing job on the Game of Thrones spinoff. She's on that series with Julianne Moore on Netflix, Sirens,
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she just I think she's super talented, and I think she's a great pick for Supergirl.
Oh, she's gonna kill it. I think she said recently, like she was scared because like she didn't know why are you choosing me? Like I don't know what to bring to this role, which is something that like all really good actors say because the beginning of the artistic process is being completely lost. Like I don't know what
Yeah.
to do, and then you get to work. I'm digging it. It looks like she's off world. It looks like she has goggles on, so maybe because she doesn't have powers. I don't know. Uh, Her trench coat looks, or maybe this is her getting ready to get off world because she's wearing that trench coat. I don't know. There's so many options here, but
I like that they picked a Supergirl character coming from a take where she's not like this. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like the other Supergirls that we've seen live action have been very, very cookie cutter. Like, hey, I'm this like doe-eyed
well,
damsel, and I feel like she has edge to her, and I like
well,
that.
that's how she's supposed to be. I feel like the Supergirl CW series, she was pretty much Superman. So her personality traits was much more Clark, and
Right.
I think they did that because they weren't allowed to do a Superman series, so they kind of did a female Superman series. But Kara's way more jaded, way
Yeah,
more
of course.
in
Because
the comics.
yeah, because she grew up till she was a teenager on Krypton, and she has a lot of emotional baggage. She's full of teenage angst, so it's kind of cool to see her like a little edgy in this.
I mean, I think she turns 21 and she goes off planet to get drunk. But I think, yeah, you watch your whole world explode and you remember it. You remember your parents.
Of course.
You know, Kal-El doesn't remember anything. Uh, and I wonder if they're gonna take care of the whole Jor-El sending Clark to pretty much lord over the earth.
Yeah, that
Which
was
I
an angle I wasn't crazy about.
actually like that angle.
Really?
I do because I think it makes sense. I think. Well, let's break the. Oh, I'm so happy you're here, Chris. Let's talk about this.
All right, let's go. I'm here for it, baby.
So, in the comic books, Jor-El never gave Clark a message about being a savior, ever.
Right.
That didn't happen until Superman the movie in 1978. After that point, they started introducing it into the comic books. Jor-El never was like, go be their hero. No, he was just like, find a planet where you can survive. That's it. The movies create this narrative that Jor-El is sending like his God, sending Jesus to Earth or the Moses. Like that's not what he was in the comics. So for me, the movies always made it up. So like why not make it up in this way? And I don't think what Jor-El told Kal-El was the Kryptonian way. I think as a scientist, this is what makes sense. I'm sending you to this Earth, ensure your survival by taking it over, and create a family. It's what you would tell your son
Yeah,
go.
actually, that logic makes sense because you're from a dying species. He's the last hope of your race, any semblance of your race surviving. So you can tell him to procreate as much as he can to try and
And not just
save the
repopulate,
race.
but not even save the race. So you have a tribe. So you're not
Right.
just this fish out of water. So you're not just this. Oh, so you're not alone.
Right.
You know. Hold on. Hello. Yeah. Huh?
Dad duty's always calling.
I'll be right back, Chris.
All right. I'll talk amongst myself.
Talk amongst yourself.
Let me show you what I got, guys. Actually, let me blow my nose first. Then I'll show you what I got. All right. So, unfortunately, the last Ronin movie was canceled. So they decided to go with a more. Let me find a better picture. Let me make me the star since it's me by myself. So the last Ronin's been canceled. So they're gonna go. So they were gonna make a live action R-rated Last Ronin movie, and they canceled it. Unfortunately, to go with a more family friendly reboot. I'm a little disappointed, but I understand. A movie like this is going to appeal to a very, very select audience. But what's cool that I love The Last Ronin. In fact, if I could turn my camera a little bit, you can see I have a sign right here. I have a signed Last Ronin poster that I got at a con like 2 years ago. So what I have here to show you, I got some NECA Last Ronin figures. So not Hot Toys. I know Lawrence is all fancy and hot and bothered with his Hot Toys and his other stuff and his Mayfex and whatever co and. But for me, these are some of the nicer figures that I have. Is these NECA figures. So there were a couple on sale in Walmart on clearance, and I copped them because I actually have the Last Ronin, a couple of the other Last Ronin figures. So I'm gonna put together like a Last Ronin shelf. Here's one of the bad guys. The cell shading is cool, and I have the Slash Roman figure that they're showing on the back. So I'm gonna try and set up the scene or something like that. So
Yeah.
it should be pretty dope. So I'm hyped for that. Is that Mr. St. Victor coming back? There he is. And that's it.
Oh,
And
right on time. Right
that's
on
why
time.
that's why I'm the better cousin than Lawrence St. Victor.
What's up, guys? Just scrolling, found your chat. Yo, what's going on, Transformer Joe? Yeah, we do this every Sunday. Well, we used to, but we're getting back. We're
We
getting
will
back
do it
to
every
it.
Sunday. Sometimes life be life and sometimes.
Life be lifing.
So
Oh, you kicked
real
me
quick.
out.
Well, I had to take the center stage. Here,
Let me see
let me
what you
move you
got.
back.
I know
Oh, so
everybody.
I was showing. So I was telling the tens of viewers how the last Ronin movie, the live action movie, was canceled,
Mm-hmm.
and they were actually they're actually going to a more family friendly format for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot. I'm disappointed, but I understand. I understand that a property like this is better off where you can pair it with toys and accessories and stuff like that to sell
Yeah.
merchandise. Last Ronin is gonna be very very limited. But I had some NECA Last Ronin stuff that I got on sale in Walmart.
Who is that?
That's
It's a
him.
new
That's him.
character.
Yeah, no, that's him. That's him. That's Michelangelo, but without any of the gear. That's
Just
before
butt
he
naked
gears
Michelangelo.
butt naked up in these streets. And then I got one of the nameless bad guys, like the foot.
Yeah, I never did. I buy the book? I don't even think I bought the book. Did I
Oh,
buy the book?
I have all three books. I have Last Ronin 2 and Last Ronin The Lost Years.
Hmm.
So
I was just. It's funny you brought that up. I was just watching a YouTube video, and there's a series that he just does a bunch of these talking about like where these cartoons failed, and he talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, etc. What's going on, my man? What's going
yo, what
on?
up? What up?
He talked about Turtles and how originally it was a satire in the comic books. They were kind of making fun of all those dark and gritty comics like Daredevil and stuff. Became a
And
cult following.
it was geared towards older kids. It wasn't geared towards
Yeah,
younger kids.
no, it was literally like for a niche audience, for
Yeah.
like people who like would pick this up. But then it blew up, became a cult following. Of course, they want to make a cartoon. Got rid of all that stuff, made it funny, and became this toy selling juggernaut. And by season 5 or something, it ran out of steam. And Batman the Animated Series and X-Men kicked its ass because now it showed, oh, kids could watch things that are more adult. Kids can watch things that aren't just silly. So then in the later seasons of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they actually went darker and grittier. They
You
got
know
rid
what's
of
funny?
Shredder. They got rid of the jokes, and it's kind of wild because so I brought that up to say I can it's kind of like following suit. They canceled Last Ronin because they'd rather
Yeah.
do something that's going to be more appealing, although the less appealing one you'll grab a hold of your fan base. The more appealing one, they're going to age out and move on.
You know, Turtles is a funny property because if you look at other properties like yeah, you can't really count like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man because those are like juggernauts on their own. But
Mhm.
if you count like G.I. Joe, Thundercats, like all proper like 90s properties going on, Turtles is one of the properties that never went away. They just kept reinventing, and I don't know if there's ever been a gap since it was introduced where there were no turtle toys in some way, shape, or form on the shelves.
Right.
There's always been something, and I think that really speaks to the staying power of turtles. And there's been probably like 4 or 5 different reboots of the series.
Yeah.
But if you go back and watch the first, not the second one, not the weird space one, but the first Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series,
Yeah, like
it's
2003. Yeah.
it's really,
It
really good. Like
it's
really good.
it's a little darker. It's just a little bit more grounded. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it has some jokes, but just the storyline is strong. Like it's good.
Yeah. I think Turtles it is odd because it does have staying power where a lot of cartoons don't. Because when you talk about the 80s and 90s, He-Man, Turtles, Thundercats, Real Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
all giant cartoons selling us toys. Like that was the point,
exactly.
selling us toys, and the fact that the Ninja Turtles has lived beyond just selling us toys the way it used to be.
Here's the funny thing: you look at like He-Man stuff. The He-Man stuff we're getting now is like nostalgia driven like
Yeah.
vintage He-Man stuff. Turtles, you have like yes, there's some nostalgia turtle stuff, like, but the stuff on the shelves right now is not nostalgia driven. It's not like, oh, this is a throwback or this is a reimagining of what
Yeah.
this is current turtles toys. It's like
Turtles graduated to like GI Joe Transformers territory, where it's not
yeah,
even nostalgia. It just exists at all
it's
times.
just turtles. Yeah, it's just
It just exists at
turtles
all
all the
times,
times. Yeah, man, it's
dude.
true. It's very
Um,
true.
let me show you some. You weren't here, and etc. This is for you.
Let me
So
see. Let me see.
you know, I told you how I grabbed this David Corn
Yo,
sweat.
it's huge.
Oh yeah, it's a 12-inch, baby.
Ooh, feel it in your belly.
What's wrong with you? But etc. Just for you, I made sure that he isn't alone on the desk. Okay,
Oh
side
shoot!
by side, you got Cavill in art, Corn Sweat Hot Toys. Isn't it how crazy that they almost don't even look like they're playing the same character?
I know.
Like the suits are so
Look at the
different,
different color palette difference.
dude. It's completely different, and like almost so like yeah. If these two guys met up, I'd be like, oh, look at those two completely different characters.
Yeah, yeah. Who's who?
That is, hold on, etc. That is what she said. That's exactly what she said, dude. But it's so dope having them side by side
That's
on
cool,
the
man.
desk. It's really cool.
That's
So
cool.
I'm a casual guy, guys. Like I know, you can like both.
You can.
You can like both. So okay. So I was talking about the boys trailer as you came on. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen the stills from I think April 8th or April 6th is
I
the
think
premiere
April
date.
6th. But basically, you got freaking Soldier Boys in there.
Soldier
Uh,
Boy, tell him.
Soldier Boy, and then the homeboy that played with Jensen Ackles in Supernatural's in there. Jerry Padalecki is his name. There we go. He's playing a character, and basically you just see them. You don't know what's going on too much, but you see Homelander throughout the trailer just like punching something in the face repeatedly, and by the last shot, he hesitates and goes again. And I'm thinking like, what can make him hesitate? What can make him go like, I might
It's
want
his
to
son.
stop?
Maybe he's fighting his son.
Could be his son. It could be
It's gonna
Butcher.
be. I hope not because it's gonna be that's too much of an Invincible. Like that's the most famous scene from Invincible.
It could be. It could be Butcher.
It'll be Butcher.
It could be Butcher because as much as he wants to kill Butcher, it's like he gives him a
But
reason to exist,
it's very much a Joker Batman relationship.
dude. Well, who's who in this
That's
scenario? Who's
they're
Batman?
both bad. They're both Jokers.
They're both Joker.
Right, they're both Joker. Did you finish Gen V?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
It's
okay. I
okay.
have to finish it. I have to finish it prior. I was in and out. I lost a little bit of interest, but I'll come back to it.
Thought it started, got really, really good, and then the ending kind of felt a little anticlimactic.
Okay.
But I feel like it had to, because that's what happens when you have shared universes. You can only go as far as the next
Is what
property.
is what the next series is going to
Yeah.
allow you to go into. I get it.
But Homegirl's powerful.
Oh, the Blood Girl.
Her powers are beyond what she was doing. She's pretty powerful.
That's pretty dope.
Um, so the trail looks dope, man. I've been watching Stranger Things. I'm on the last episode. I haven't finished it yet. It is
I I
good.
haven't started it yet. We're waiting. Hopefully tonight we start it. We've been
You
watching it and other things, but we have
you
to go back a season.
you're watching Welcome to Deary? I
Yeah,
love that. I didn't
love
know.
it.
I didn't. You don't like horror, so I didn't know if you was jumping in.
I don't like horror, but when the horror is like
That's horror. That is
no,
horror.
it's straight up horror. It is straight up horror, but when the horror has a more interesting backstory, kind of like what was that? What was that Jonathan Majors show? That
Oh,
that was kind of horror.
Lovecraft
Lovecraft Country. So when
country.
you have yeah, when you have a story and a plot and it's interesting,
That
the
it's not
horrors
just jump scares to jump
is
scare.
not
It's
exactly.
like
I enjoy that. I do enjoy that.
it's kind of odd, right? Like watching Welcome to Deary. at the same time I'm watching Stranger Things. They're very similar as
They
far
are.
as these kids trying to fight this big bad, and especially now in Stranger Things because there is a military involvement. You saw that in the trailers. It's very interesting because, and for all the young people going like, "Welcome to Deary's, a knockoff of Stranger Things." I'm like,
Not really.
no, Stranger Things was inspired by Stephen King's It.
Right.
Um, oh, that's dope. Yeah, yeah. The Stranger Things is fire. That's all I'll say. It's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm watching that. I'm watching Chair Company, which I'm telling you guys to watch. It's funny.
Honestly, that I don't want to yuck your yum. I don't find that guy funny
No? Yeah, I can see it's an acquired taste.
because he had something on YouTube or
I think you should leave. The shorts.
yeah,
Those were some of those were either really stupid or freaking hilarious.
like the premise was always good. He just you don't have to you go way too far. It just goes way too
That's
far.
so this show is just that same series, just in a structured show. But he's the same dude, the same like neurotic type, it's weird dude.
I don't know. I'll try it. I'll try anything. We're talking about comedy. We're gonna do the studio's amazing. You haven't watched the studio with Seth Rogen.
So it's funny when Dave was here, I watched the first 3 episodes, and it was pretty funny.
That's my jam. That's my
Yeah.
jam. Um, what do we have here? What do we have on the docket? Let me see. So share my screen again. So there was some convention or something, and we got to see another look at Supergirl's costume, dude. And just look at that thing. It's a little different than what we saw at the end of the Superman movie, but it's
It's
very
expected.
much like, but it's very much still like David Corn
And the
sweat
same,
suit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tell they're from the same tailor,
It's from the same
from the
tailor,
s- from the same
same
collection.
world. And what's really cool about this, man, like you see this, and then you see the comic is inspired by it.
Yeah,
It's almost a one for one,
good.
which is
That's
pretty
cool.
dope. Which is
That is
pretty dope.
cool.
We're no longer having to make excuses for why superhero costumes look kind of goofy and bright. Like, let it just be goofy and bright. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. And if
Um,
any universe you're gonna have the color palette to match, it's gonna be this universe.
yeah, man. Well, not all universes, Chris, because every now and then we'll do like navy and maroon.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm
But the
happy
corn
they.
sweat universe is the universe to have the brightly colored outfit.
Well, yeah, but they could have had a meeting and easily decided not to.
They could have.
Unfortunately.
They could have.
Um, so let's get more into the news. So unfortunately, man,
I
uh,
heard.
Harry, and I'm not even gonna try. I don't want to disrespect his last name. I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing it. Passed away. We know him as Shang Tsung,
Yep.
and so many other characters. Passed
Such a
away.
convincing villain.
Oh yeah, charismatic, charming. Also, you
Yep.
spy that he wants blood. Um, yeah, etc. asked a question. What are our thoughts on the Warner Brothers being bought by Netflix? I'm so happy you brought that up because that's exactly where I'm going.
So is it official? Did it go through?
It is official, sir.
Was it $82 billion, something like that?
Yes. A friend of mine is on a TV series on HBO, and
Right.
it's top 10 Netflix series right now. That sucker's brought over in 2 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. And they've already said Ted Sorrentos has already said that they are going to shorten the viewing windows, the theatrical viewing windows of films going forward to get films quicker to people. Basically saying they're going to be pulling these things out the movie theaters and going right to
Dang,
Netflix, which
really?
I think is freaking terrible.
Yeah. Like,
I think
let
it's
me ask you
terrible.
this. So what's gonna happen to my streamers? I have both. I have HBO and I have Netflix. Are the properties are they gonna merge into one? Are they gonna stay separate? What's gonna happen with HBO Max?
No clue. But also the head of HBO. the head of the Warner Brothers wasn't really trying to follow suit with the streaming model anyway.
Yeah.
So like they made every TV show on HBO Max is just a TV show on HBO that you can watch online. At one point, they were trying to do that HBO Go, where it's like these are just streamers. You can only watch them on a. And then the guy who came and got rid of all that and kind of went more traditional again. So
Yeah.
I don't know. HBO Max might still exist to watch Welcome to Deary, but like if we're talking about like HBO original like streaming series, maybe that'll all be on Netflix.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe Harry Potter the series. Oh, who
Yeah.
know? Who knows, Chris?
We
Who
have the
freaking
new
knows?
we have the Night's Watch coming out. We have a bunch of like big name series coming out on HBO Max. I'm curious to see
Who
how that's gonna.
knows? And I think etc. is asking this because there's one big question that's been going around for a long time, which is this a chance for Snyder's universe to come back
Oh, I saw
as,
that post.
as an
People were talking about this.
Elseworlds, as an Elseworlds?
I mean, if they want, I don't. You think that? Do you think that will take away too much from what's going on?
I don't think it'll take away from what's going on because it'll just live on a streamer, right? At the end of the day, Superman, Supergirl, and these movies are still going to have a theatrical release. I just wonder, is it even worth it? Like, how much money do you think they're going to throw at a Netflix series where that has Superman in it? Like, we're not talking Stranger Things and Demigorgons. We're talking
Dude,
Superman. Like,
so you
that's
telling me
expensive,
are
bro.
you gonna bring Cavill and Affleck and all these guys back?
And pay them to be on
Right.
your streamer.
And I know as you're not gonna use Ezra Miller for Flash, but you're gonna use someone for Flash. So
I, I just don't.
maybe
Oh, here we gents, have a good evening, and I dig you guys' vibe. Thank you for the sub, man. Come back next week. Please come back next week.
Transformer Joe
Transformer Joe,
86, man. You sound like
'86.
you're right up our alley, brother.
Yeah, '80s baby. Um, I just don't know how it's lucrative because Netflix's model has always been we don't necessarily care about. They want to get new subscribers
Right.
more than they want to have a series that's just amazing.
Right.
So like you have a show like Ozark where they feel as though it's run its course as far as new people subscribing to watch it, then they're done. Even if the series is amazing, even if it's like winning awards, it's like if there's no
Yeah.
more new subscribers, then we're done. We don't have advertisers here. Like I guess it does now.
That's a crazy metric to work against, right? You know, because no matter what, you bring in a new series, you can only be a flash in the pan for so long. And if your metric is only how much new are you bringing in, they have to have some kind of engagement because it's 10 times more expensive to bring on new people versus keeping existing customers. So I'm hoping they have that metric as
You have every. I don't even know how much Netflix costs right now, but let's say it's $14.99. You already have my $14.99. So you're hoping that all this money you're pouring into Stranger Things, because Stranger
keeps
Things is part of this, that people are going to come or come back.
or keep that 14.99. I
But
wonder what their retention percentage
I
is.
don't think they're worried about keeping us. I wonder how many people truly unsubscribe from Netflix.
Oh man, there was so here in Texas. Texas is a very weird place when it comes to political views and stuff like that. So you have like, you like it's almost like from one block to another where you have a pocket that's super conservative, and you have a pocket that's liberal. You have people who are centrist. Anyway, long story short, there was a show on Netflix that got canceled like 2 years ago. It was a children's show that had a character that was like questioning their gender identity, and then they came out as like a they them or whatever, and these mom groups got a hold of it and went crazy and was like, "We're canceling our Netflix, hashtag cancel Netflix." And I saw it with like people I knew that was like, you can't allow your child to watch Netflix. You have to monitor." Like, what are you talking about? Like, you get all hot and bothered about a show that was canceled 2 years ago that you
Mhm.
didn't even know about, that your kid wasn't even watching. That now you just know about it because some mom saw it because she was going through looking for stuff to be angry about.
Mm-hmm. That's the
I know I got on a
culture.
tangent, but it was just it was
No,
just
but
funny. It's ridiculous.
I would say that, but that to me is the rarity, where something triggered somebody and they asked for a mass unsubscribing. But I think for the most part, those of us who have Netflix keep Netflix.
Right. I mean,
So
I've been a subscriber since I've been a subscriber since they were mailing out DVDs.
right, so they're not worried about losing you. They're trying to get new subscribers. So shows like Stranger Things or Orange is the New Black, those are more anomalies. Those are such event shows that they get new customers no matter what. But
Right,
other
right,
shows
right.
like Ozark, other shows that are a little bit more niche, yeah, about 4 or 5 seasons, you've gotten pretty much everyone that you're going to get, and
I
then they
bet you
cancel it.
I bet you they if they pull the data, if you've had Netflix over than longer than 2 years or whatever the number is, I'm sure they know I bet you the cancellation percentage of a customer that's been around for X amount of time is super duper low.
Oh
Because once you
yeah,
have it, it's ingrained. You're not canceling it.
you're not canceling it, and Netflix, which is very different than
Uh-huh.
Disney Plus and the other ones, is Netflix always has content.
It's true.
You're never pissed off that there's nothing. You might be mad there's nothing you want to watch on
But
Netflix.
there is always something airing.
There's
It's
always
true.
something on Netflix which
That's
keeps
true.
you going. So, but my point is, for them to spend the hundreds of millions of dollars to resurrect Snyder's universe to get these actors back. Because let's be clear, we want these actors back. I just don't see how that's lucrative.
Oh, someone will
Why,
do the math and
while
say,
you're also spending money on this other part of the DC universe that's requiring almost $1 billion to get going.
but if people come out and watch it and it returns, then
Well, if they watch it, but are you going to spend the $500 million it takes to see if people watch it,
I don't know.
etc.? See, etc. is the one that'll come back.
He's the one. Yep.
um, I honestly, I hate this. I think Netflix, buying Warner Brothers is the death of. It's the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning, but it continues the death of cinema. I'm all for streamers, but the idea that like Guillermo del Toro's. Yeah, I mean, you're well. If you got HBO, that might mean you have to get Netflix. We'll see what happens
Yep.
there.
Yep. Yep.
But
It's
Del
just like
Toro's,
Hulu. Like I have Hulu now, and I have Hulu and Disney Plus now because it's all bundled together.
it's all bundled. But Frankenstein, Del Toro's Frankenstein, the fact that it got a
Why?
short,
Why didn't that get a theatrical release?
I think it got a very small one just so it can qualify for awards. But
Okay.
to see his work, Del Toro's work on a TV screen is just like it's just crazy to me. Like his work belongs on a big screen. It's so artistic. But I think, but when we look at a merger like this, or not even a merger, an acquisition like this, that's what's going to happen, man. Netflix is not interested in movies in movie theaters,
Right.
and I get it, but I don't want Avatar 4 to be a Netflix exclusive streaming here, folks. I'm like, no, I need that on a big freaking screen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, going to the movies. Look, as much as I enjoy streaming stuff at home, going to the movies is an experience. I like going to the movies, and I don't think going to the movies replaces or streaming replaces going to the movies. There's never been only if I procrastinate for a long, long time and I know things will come out in like a week or so. But there's never been a time where if I really want to see something, I was never swayed because I'm going to watch it on streaming. You know,
Yeah,
it's only when I'm not hot about something, but there's something that I'm really, really interested in. It doesn't stop me from seeing it in the theater because it's an experience.
it's and it's but in all fairness, it's getting very expensive, right? Going to the movies used to be the blue collar guy's way of spending time with his family, going out on a date when you're a teenager. If you're
Right, of
16 years
course.
old, I don't know how you're like, yo, I'm gonna take my girl for dinner in the movie. It's like $200.
Right?
Like I don't even like. Can you imagine, Chris? Like a little dinner in a movie, like going to the Palisades Mall, gonna go to this go to Applebee's real quick, and go to the movies. Is like out of the question for like teenagers now,
That's crazy, man.
unless they just got guap or their parents' card. Like
Right.
This was supposed to be something regular people who work can do on the weekends, and it's turned into
Absolutely.
something that's too expensive. So I get it, but it's just ironic, Warner Brothers, they decided to cancel the Batgirl movie because that was going to be a straight to streamer. They decided to cancel a lot of things because the guy was like, "No, we're not doing this straight to streaming stuff, and we're going to be what we're supposed to be." Flash forward like 5 years later, no, you're not.
Right.
You're
Right.
not. Yeah, I don't know, bro. We'll see what happens here. Um, I got some more news. No pictures, but news.
I got some too,
Let's.
tell you.
Okay. What do we have here? Um, so the upcoming Game of Thrones show is
Oh,
it's going to be child friendly.
is it?
Yes, it's going to be kids can watch it. It's going to be child friendly.
I don't know if I want that. I really want that.
Remember we were watching the trailer going like this feels very
Yeah, I felt
different.
lighter. We talked about it. I felt lighter, and I was okay with that. But I'm okay with a lighter tone. But I don't want a kids friendly Game of Thrones. I still want to see people getting impaled, and I want to see
Upcoming
incest and
Game of
boobs and stuff.
upcoming Game of Thrones spinoff can be watched by kids. That's
Uh,
very strange.
it is very strange.
It's very strange.
Yeah,
Uh, so okay, you're gonna like this. It looks like Scarlett Johansson is in talks to be in the Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson,
I heard.
and
I
people are
heard.
going crazy at who she can play. And fanboys, if she has one picture as a redhead, they're like, "Ooh,
New Poison Ivy.
no!" They want there to be
Bats.
Phantasm.
Oh.
They want her to be Andrea, right?
Ooh.
They want her to be Phantasm, and because they said that the character is Bruce Wayne's love interest, and when you think of a love interest, you can also be the villain. It's also I don't know.
It,
It'd be the first time we get a live action Phantasm.
it would. Because Phantasm was created in the Batman movie, Massive
Yeah, it
Phantasm.
was just for that. It fits. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because
She could be Vicky Vale, Poison Ivy, but I'd be really interested how they do their version of Poison Ivy because they're committed to being more of a
yeah, she could be a
realistic crime,
chemist.
but she's not
Yeah.
controlling plants with her mind.
Right, right. But
So
I could see her being like a botanist and stuff like that. You're not gonna have like the Little Shop of Horrors type plants, but she'll be poisoning people and
should you even
studying.
do it? Should you even do it if you can't do it, or do you just find a creative way to do it?
Here's the thing: is we already know that Batman can walk through bullets, right? So where do we suspend our disbelief? Who says there can't be any? Because we're gonna have a Clayface movie. Like, who says we can't have
But
any
that's
kind
but
of?
that's that's in the DCU.
No, that's true.
That's in the
That, I
DCU.
don't know. I don't know. There's no real like. There's no set rule or no set line to what they're gonna do in this universe. So, is it a stretch if someone has powers?
Yes, in this universe, absolutely.
Why?
Because Matt Reeves said this is a grounded, realistic version of Batman. They're not going there. And as much as the tone felt very cinematic and kind of like led itself to fit the fantastical, the Batman wasn't fantastical.
No, it was. I think the most fantastical thing was his bullet resistance, but besides that, it was very very grounded.
But they just, he's wearing armor and they took
Yeah.
liberties with
Right.
armor. But
Right.
yeah. And he still got shot with a shotgun and was unconscious for quite a bit. And Catwoman had to save him.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's interesting. And Zoe Kravitz, I don't is not reprising her role as Catwoman.
That's too bad. She looked fantastic in that role.
She was fantastic in that role.
I said she looked fantastic in that role.
I'm not getting canceled, Chris.
They're not cancel saying she looked fantastic.
but but it makes sense if she left town. I mean, I would love I would love for the Penguin season 2 to still get what's her Sophia Falcone in there because
Yeah.
she's Selena's sister,
Yep.
and then she sends her a letter. Didn't she send her a letter at the end?
Something like that. Yeah,
So
they
like,
connected.
I would like if we're gonna continue Selena's story, let's go down this road a bit.
I mean, you could do the there's a lot you could do with Sophia Falcone. She I don't want to spoil it for people who aren't readers, but she becomes very, very interesting.
And she's not gonna be in the Batman 2. We got word. So
Well,
let's
that's a miss. Did she win an Emmy for that? Did the actress win an Emmy?
yes,
She was
yes,
fantastic. She was
amazing,
fantastic.
amazing. That show was way better than it ever had to be.
I
Never had
agree.
to be that good. Um, Avengers Endgame will return in theaters September 2026. I
Aren't
guess
we supposed to get a? Aren't we supposed to get a teaser soon? I think this week coming up or something like that.
I don't know.
That's what I saw on Instagram. It could have been. It could have been
People be just
BS.
throwing stuff up.
Posted. Yep.
Um, Lolita Wright said she is returning for Avengers Secret Wars. You know, I don't think her name was one of the names. Well, I guess we don't know that much about Secret. We know about Doomsday. We don't know much about Secret Wars. So
We
she said
don't.
she
We
is
don't.
returning. That's all I got on my end, man.
I got one thing to show.
What you got?
Mind if I share?
Please.
I've been playing the best VR game I've ever played in my life, and it is Deadpool VR. It is a good, good, good time. I won't play any of the videos because it'll kill you. But long story short, you start on the Shield helicarrier. There's a voice actor that sounds just like Ryan Reynolds, making stupid comments and like
Oh,
the whole time saying like inappropriate things. They have licensed music that when you get like these power ups, it plays like music in the background, like drowning pools of the ice, the floor, like 80s songs. Like it is a good time. It is
is
a really good time.
he's holding Thor's
One
hammer?
year, yeah. So this is probably one of the
How?
power. So you can opt for these power ups. So the ones I'm using, I if you get because what happens is without spoiling too much, you end up getting transported to Mojo's world. So right now I'm on this stage right now, and I'm about to hunt down Lady Deathstrike. I'm trying to hunt her down. So I'm in like this like this ninja world. But then you bounce around Mojo's world and go to these different places. But it is so much fun. You have grenade on your arm, your two pistols, your swords, and then you can grab different guns from other guys and different weapons.
This is
It and you
Oculus?
yeah, Oculus. It is
Wow.
the best. It is better than the Batman game.
That's a lot.
Did you play the Batman game?
No, but but people talk a lot about it. I played the intro to it one time with I think PlayStation VR over a friend's house.
It
Um,
is better. It is better. The Batman game is more. This is more lighthearted, less complicated, more of a beat 'em up. But it's just fun. Like, and sometimes you get your arms cut off. You have to wait for your arm to grow back fighting with one arm. So it's cool. You can do the combination. You can throw your sword. It's great.
okay.
It's a fun. It's not super complicated. It doesn't give you too much, but it gives you just enough to be fun. It knows what it is, and
Well, I would want
it's not trying
any
to be
game
something
I
that's
play on my
not.
Oculus. I want it to be simple. I'm not trying to do some. I'm not trying to do like Red Dead Redemption Oculus. I want it to be something.
Right. Right. Because you know what you find out is like you're playing this for an hour, you're running around running in circles and it's like your feet start to
You're
hurt and you're like
tired.
you're tired. You're tired. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, Chris, we're just old.
We
Don't put
are
that
old.
on. Don't put that on everybody that might be listening.
You're right,
You're
right,
like, my
right.
knees are fine when I play Oculus. What are you talking about? Oh, that's freaking
So
dope. That's dope.
yeah, so that's what I wanted to share this week because it's really good.
Yeah. Okay. If I had time, I'd even this. I haven't opened up my Oculus in way too long. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got. I got a bunch of work to do. I'm happy to stop in and talk some geek.
Well, I think if you got work to do, you know what you need to do, right? Giving you a storyline. Your
Oh my
cousin
God!
Lorenzo
No,
shows
you're
up.
good. You're fine. You're fine.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This is what the people want to see. I've been taking a poll.
Oh, it's
This is
supposed
what
to
the
be
people want to
the
see.
people.
The
I want
people,
to.
meaning me, myself, and I.
I want
But
to show. I want to show you this. I think it's pretty funny. You got these kids in Stranger Things fighting these monsters,
right,
and they're not serious about it. They're not serious about it because if they were serious about it, they know what time it is.
right.
They're serious about it, they know what time it is.
Yep.
hold on,
Hold on, I can't see it, but
hold on.
I already know what it is.
Dude, it's just like if they're serious, they know what time it is.
Exactly,
Like
exactly.
Jay's gonna be handling a day. You know what time it is?
Yo, imagine if you're in your soap opera and all of a sudden, like, they look at Carter, Carter, what are we gonna do? And you're like, there's only one thing to do. It's morphin' time. And
Go, Chris. I carry at all times.
I keep that thing on me.
I keep that thing on me at all times.
Imagine if somehow you snuck that past all the people overseeing the TV show and it hit this TV show and all these housewives are watching and watch you morph into a Power Ranger
Listen,
in the middle of a soap opera.
if it happens, when we sitting in your car in Waco and that weird guy came to the car
Yeah,
and you was reaching for your piece, I said, "No, Chris, I got that thing on me, Chris."
that's true. That is 100% a true story.
I'm
Wait,
like,
time out. Let's just revisit that because that was why did that guy have eye makeup in a costume in a
So I was in Waco, Texas, shooting a Christmas movie, and Chris drove down to Waco, and we hung out. We got some Brazilian barbecue. Woo! Be careful
Ooh.
with that bad boy.
Yep.
And we were just in the car at a traffic light, and this guy was walking up with like black eye makeup,
Yeah, but it was like streaked down
like the crow. It was
like the
like blacked
crow,
out.
but it was streaked down like
But
down his face.
he also had like a hockey mask too, or something. So like if he wore the
Yes.
mask, his eyes would be blacked out. And he was walking towards the car. And Chris, he's fine because it's Texas. He got that piece on him.
I got that bang
But in
on me.
reality, I got that thing on me. I said, Chris, it's not necessary.
I got
I
this.
got this. It's more time. It's done. It's done.
Oh.
And I was like, Chris, I'm sure I bought an extra. I'm sure you forgot yours at home.
I did.
I got that thing on me. So let somebody
We should
break
just
it.
jumped out. We should just backflipped out of the car.
Yeah. They just
Yes!
start posing like crazy. Yeah, dude. So yeah, somebody breaks into Bold and the Beautiful and like threatens everybody. And I'm like, I know the cameras are on, but it's a bad day for you because I got that thing on me.
I got it on me.
I got that thing on me.
Oh
Lawrence, you
man.
got a gun? Better.
A
Better.
gun.
I need
Better.
Megazord power now. It's so stupid. Oh, etc. What you said. Speaking of video games, recently downloaded Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and gosh, does it take me back and remind me of how Jack's our Elder Scroll guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
loves it. I haven't jumped into Elder Scroll.
My wife played Skyrim.
I don't like maybe because I'm just a very immature game player, but I prefer I don't prefer first person. I don't prefer, I think it's first person.
No,
I like third. I like seeing the
I
character in the world,
I
especially in
prefer
like
first person.
I like first person if we're doing like Halo or Call of Duty or something. But like if it's a more of a story where you're going through the world and like open world like Grand Theft Auto, then I prefer to be the person. I know
Okay.
it's not really big in the. I'm big in the rest.
Lawrence is.
But last week we picked up the Undertaker, that his old school 1990s outfit. Oh, I think he means like toy collecting. That came with the purple mask. Hell yeah, the purple that came with the white mask. I remember that. Hell yeah. Speaking of wrestling, and we'll say this and get off soon. Chris, I know you don't follow wrestling, but John Cena's been doing a retirement tour.
I know about.
He has one last date left.
Really?
Kind of crazy. John Cena,
Yeah.
and I'll argue this to my dying breath, is the greatest of all time. greatest of all time.
I know that he holds the record for Make a Wish. I'll tell you that.
He holds the record for Make a Wish. When you look at guys like Stone Cold and The Rock and even Hulk Hogan, no one was on top as long as Cena. Cena did it for like almost 15 years before he left. The Rock was only on top for like 5. Stone Cold was like 4 because he broke his he had to stop because of his injury. So Cena, when it comes to like how much time he had on top, it's
What about
kind of
Hogan?
crazy. Hogan was on top, but then he also went to WCW. So even in WWE, he wasn't on top that long. Oh, boo on you, Lawrence. John Cena is exactly what ruined wrestling for me and so many other people.
Oh,
Dude, John Cena saved wrestling. And I'll tell you why. When WWE went public, right? They stopped becoming an independent company, became publicly traded. They went PG. So all that stuff from the 90s and the strip,
the
all gone.
suck it.
It became a PG kids show. And John Cena was the only guy who could have been on top to get us through the PG era. And he gets blamed for it because he was very corny. He was very silly. But we weren't in the PG era because of John Cena. John Cena got us through the PG era.
That's a good point. You know, I saw a meme where kids today are saying like 6'7", but back in the day we were walking down the halls telling people to suck it.
Yeah, I mean, it's changed now, Chris.
It's true.
And I have to
true.
feel like every time I think about our childhood, we're a mess. We're the problem. Think about it, the movies we used to watch, the TV shows. It was terrible.
And we've spoken about it. How many cartoons came from an R-rated property? RoboCop the cartoon,
Dude,
Rambo the cartoon. There's so much stuff that came from like not appropriate for children properties that became
it's
children's toys and
terrible.
children's TV
I'm
shows.
watching Saved by the Bell, and the whole storyline is Zach scheming to steal kisses. Like, that's problematic for
Well,
children to be
now
watching.
you about to get me too'd up in here.
Well, it was a problem then. Like if going back and watching some of that stuff is like, and it's one thing. It's bad if it's adults, but when you go back and go like, this was children's shows.
Yeah, yeah.
This was a teenage movie, and you're like, and you think about all those teen movies in the '80s that we used to watch because all the girls were naked, but
Of
like,
course. Yeah,
but of
there's
course,
a children's movie chat, of course.
but of course, we wanted to watch it because we're like 8-year-old, 7-year-old boys that are perverts. But then when you get older, you realize, oh, there was a bunch of 40-year-old men that wanted to see these teenagers.
Right.
It's
Right.
kind of weird.
That's why we grew up to 40. That's why we grew up to 40-year-old perverts. That's what happened.
It's just weird. I'm like, wait. So it was grown ass men watching Porky's? Not
Oh
like
yeah, of course.
not like teenagers or
No.
kids. Like some grown men just wanted to see teenagers.
Yes, man.
Strange.
Some grimy basement dweller. Just
Some
love
grimy basement dwellers. Well, this is online.
it.
I'm saying, it was crazy back then, and some things needed to change. And speaking of wrestling, here we go. Comparing John Cena's career 15 years, 15 years, but look at the impact that Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and others did in this short amount of time, and how they. No, I'm not diminishing Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock, but what I will say is this: it's one thing to come in like a lightning rod and change the game. It's one thing to be the guy that can be there for 15 years and keep it going, especially at a time where it's not as sexy, it's not as MTV, it's not as rock and roll. And then to have to reinvent yourself because longevity asks for it. The Attitude Era is still looked at as a landmark and staple compared to what we've seen. Absolutely. But we also but the Attitude Era is still extremely romanticized. There is half of the Attitude Era that is unwatchable, right? Val Venus, a porn star wrestler who gets his schlong cut off at the end of a program only to come back and we don't talk about it. Mark Henry got an elderly woman pregnant and she gave birth to a hand. I don't understand how that works. A lot of the when you pull out when you take out like DX and The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H, There's a lot of stuff that happened in the Attitude Era that was just like, you guys are just on all the drugs. So I don't disagree with you. It was a big time in wrestling. But John Cena, similar to what Roman Reigns did during the pandemic, carried it on his back. If you take into account how they weren't selling out stadiums like they were before, and they've been having to shrink the stadium size, that also shows the viewer count. Yeah, but you can't blame that on the product or the wrestlers, because you're talking about the '90s wrestling. How many TV? Like, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have social media, we didn't have streamers. Now they're competing with way more content than they
And they're
did
on
back then.
Netflix now, right? It's on Netflix now,
They
Lord.
are. What are your thoughts on David Zaslav? Only signed Peter and James to 5 more months. I don't know if that's true. I have to check. There's so much stuff going on. I haven't even looked into what that merger looks like. I feel like, because David Zaslav saying like he only signed Peter and James Gunn for 5 more months. I don't see how that could be possibly true, but I'd have to look at that because I don't know. But listen, etc. And I'm not saying John Cena, he's the greatest of all time. It just is. It is. And honestly, I like The Rock more. And Stone Cold Steve Austin's without question the freaking face of, yes. But when you talk about who could have got them through the PG era, when they weren't allowed to say cuss words anymore, they weren't allowed to say suck it, they couldn't throw up middle fingers.
That's the thing. They weren't allowed to say suck it
They
anymore.
weren't allowed to, because I guarantee you, John Cena in the Attitude Era with his mic skills would have flourished in the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
It's not even a question. He went toe to toe with The Rock in a program. He get on the mic with anybody. I'll say John Cena talk circles around Stone Cold.
What?
Anyway, I can go down this rabbit hole, etc. We're going to talk more as we get closer to John Cena's last date. But I listen, I'm with you. I'm an Attitude Era baby, but we got to give John Cena his flowers. We got to.
I agree.
All right, I'm out of here. I got work to do.
Yeah, do some work. Think about including Lorenzo.
There are a lot of different options they could have gone with, but it was the behind the scenes pilot. Yeah, we can't talk about behind the scenes politics without talking about Triple H, or Shawn Michaels. I mean, every era had politics. Montreal Screwjob, politics. Chris is like, yes.
Yeah. Sure.
They said we gotta get on to like a whole wrestling thing. We gotta do a wrestling thing. But we disagree about so much. I don't want to disagree with you about wrestling.
Nah, it might be good though.
I'm sure he's way more up to date than I am and stuff. But
Maybe.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for staying on, etc. I appreciate you, Hunter Iggy. Thank you for coming through. Transformer, my guy, Transformers Joe, 1986. Dude, thank you so much for stopping by. Please come back next time. And we out, Chris.
Right?
We out, man.